Across the African continent, the impacts of climate change and its associated security and development risks have become more pronounced.
Many of the countries on the African continent face a twin challenge. 12 of the 20 countries most vulnerable to climate change are already affected by armed conflict.
The main cause of many conflicts in Sudan are the pastors and the farmers.
Improving resilience of communities and national economies and peoples is essential for the continent.
For us as presidency, we want to put adaptation and resilience and climate finance at the top of the agenda for Glasgow.
You cannot tackle with environmental issues or challenges on climate issues and shocks if there is no government capacities and national institutions and also the federal member state institutions if the capacity is not well established.
Now, in terms of coherence, I mean, for us in the Lake Chad Basin, it's been our key word. I mean, if you have a region where the challenges are not nation specific, but region specific, then obviously we believe that drive, an effective policy that would ensure recovery and resilience, it's important to ensure that all these things are coherent.
We also need, answers to the question of how we can avoid that the current energy transition process that the world will go through over the coming years and decades will not turn Africa into a loser yet again. How can we make sure this process is set up in a way that doesn't kick Africa even further behind?
The human security risks that climate change is creating today are becoming the hard security risks of the future. But we also know there are no hard security solutions to that.
For decades, the UN has recognized that the Sahel has claimed its place in the global spotlight, largely as a zone of conflict and intractable development challenges.
Clearly, leaders and stakeholders must intensify efforts in addressing these root causes of increasing violence in the Sahel countries, but while also underscoring the essence of international cooperation to protect the gains that will be achieved through collective security mechanism.
There is no purely military solutions to all of these problems, though problems of insecurity and terrorist threats and challenges are very serious. Well, military solutions need to be complemented by more political and sustainable capacity building approaches.
La CEDEAO pense qu'il est nécessaire de mettre en place un meilleur mécanisme de coordination afin d'améliorer l'efficacité de cette myriade d'initiatives.
All of these engagements, coordination, and complementary efforts would make little meaning if there are no tangible, positive results on the ground and in the lives of our people.
We need to work is basically with communities, with their institutions, and try to rebuild also the social contract. So it's not just the what, about what are we supporting, but also on the how are we doing it.
Be both realistic but also optimistic. Facts allow us to be both at the same time, as I have highlighted. We believe that the situation will improve. We have no other choice. We owe it to the Sahel populations.
The Sahel is a global public good. Let's protect it and invest in it together. It's a win-win for the Sahel. It's win-win for the continent. It's a win-win for the world. Only by joining our forces to showcase the richness of the Sahel, the success stories, and the impact of our collective and integrated action, will we be able to progress on our path towards achieving lasting peace and sustainable development in the region and beyond.
فلقد سعت مصر بفضل قيادتها الحكيمة بألا تقف عند حدود رئاستها للاتحاد الأفريقي، وأن تستمر في النضال مع القادة الأفارقة لاجتياز التحديات التي تواجه قارتنا من أجل بناء مستقبل أفضل لشعوب تلك القارة.
Over the past 5 days, the forum sessions, which were held virtually, witnessed strong interest and engagement. We received a considerable number of messages from African leaders, starting by a message from His Excellency Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the President of the Arabic Republic of Egypt, as well as messages from 18 other African heads of state and high-level officials. Additionally, The forum received messages from the Secretary General of the United Nations and the Chairperson of the African Union Commission.